Did you ever hear of George Ferguson?
No, I don't think so.
George
Ferguson.
Oh, not
George
Ferguson,
McLellan.
not George McLellan.
Alvie and Beula and me. That's the one that did the poetry. It was George McLellan.
Yes.
That's the one.
Yes.
He was a younger brother, I think.
Yes.
Did he publish any of that, or was it just...
Elmer, I don't believe so. I think it was just for his friends, and you know.
Yes.
Yes, it was George McLellan.
Yes. I'll tell you how I come to know him. You mind the old log house over at the farm here, at that?
Yeah.
And this time Leslie and I were shingling it. We're taking off the old shingles. The old original shingles, you know, the shaved ones.
Shakes, yeah.
You know, they're about this long.
Yeah.
And George McLellan came along, and he was quite interested in that building.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it was turned into a machine shed then.
By this time, yes.
But he knew what it was.
All the history, sure he did.
And he got figuring back, and he said that he had been at a dance in that house 63 years before.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
And he had railroaded out in, I think it was in Alberta.
I can remember him coming back.
Yes. Well, that was the time that he was over to visit with us. And,
I can remember seeing him when he come
yes.
back. I can remember seeing him. I'll tell you where he stayed one time he come back. And I can just barely remember them, but you'd remember them much better. Do you remember Peverly's?
Oh, yes. Yes, sure. Mrs. Peverly was a McLellan.
Yeah, yeah. See, she was a sister of Adam,
Yes.
and this George one that you're talking about,
Yes.
that's the one.
Yes.
It wasn't
Yes.
Jim, it was George, yeah. But they had no children, Peverly's.
No.
No. But that Mr. Peverly, he was related to who up at North Bay, because that's where they went away up there, or she was, or something. And he had been an old, he'd been a lumber scaler in his day, old Mr. Peverly had been.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He had council books for a while.
Yes, I think so.
I guess Uncle Charlie was the reed.
Reed probably was. Very fine man.
Oh, yes.
Very, very fine man. And so was she, a nice lady.
Yes. Oh, yes.
A lovely lady. Mm-hmm. I remember going there with Mother one time to a ladies' aid meeting and a quilting. And that little log house, it burnt down right near
Yes.
where Penix is, or Mrs.
Yes.
Penix is there now. Yeah. You see, Mrs. Jack Hunter was her niece.
Yes.
She was Adam's daughter.
Yes. Well, and Mrs. Bill Hunter, you see, was her sister.
I don't know where you'll find some of that poetry, Elmer. I just had a brainwave. Mrs. George McNabb, you remember the inspector?
Yes.
She was a sister. She was a daughter of Adam's.
Yes. Yes, it was the three of them. Three there, Hunters there.
She was the daughter of Adam. Now, there's one of them McNabb boys, Alvie, Kenneth or John in Renfrew. One of them died, and the other fellow's retired, and he's living in Renfrew. You remember the old inspectors, George
yes.
McNabb, you know,
Yes.
everybody knew him.
Yes.
Well, he had the sons, Kenneth and John and Murray. Well, Murray committed suicide a year when he was quite young. Well, then there was John and Kenneth, and I don't know which of them is in Renfrew, but there's one of them died, and the other one's in Renfrew. And I would be awfully surprised if that lad hasn't got, because he was very highly educated and very interested in the same things as you are, that he would just might happen to have some of that George McLellan's poetry.